Star Murrah Award for Excellence in Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion for the Culture Club.
KUAM News Hotspot is brought to you by
Pacific Points, Do More, Get More, and Calvo Enterprises, Inc.
Hafa everybody, and happy Friday to you. A special warm Hafa for those of you who are joining us while watching the Amazon NFL game featuring the Bengals and the Dolphins. By the way, hey Cincinnati, what is up with those all-white jerseys? I don't know. All right. More important matters are what's happening on Guam, and we are going to get you up to speed on all of it, plus give you some political analysis. Here's what we're working on for you today.
The menu, brought to you by King's Restaurant, always open, always local, and Ruby Tuesday Guam, home of the Fresh Garden Bar.
All right, my friends, right off the top, a death investigation is now underway after a decomposed body was found on Thursday. Trial has now begun for retired GPD officer Jojo Garcia. We'll give you the latest. We'll bring you a brand new milkshake recipe, specifically with caramel or caramel, depending on what side of the Mason-Dixon line you were born, in today's episode of Feed Me Fridays. And Nestor Lacanto has more political analysis and opinions with today's episode of The Hub. Stay tuned for that. That's at the bottom half of the hour. But very disturbing news leads our show as a death investigation is now underway after Guam police officers responded to the scene of a decomposed body here in Harmon on Thursday. Officers were called to MW Corporation in the village around just before 1 p.m. and GPD spokesperson Officer Berlin Savella says a witness told authorities they spotted a body within a jungle area after they'd followed a trail that led to an abandoned car. Officer Savella did not provide any additional details about the victim, but cell phone video circulated the same day. Police launched their investigation with the footage showing a body partially wedged under a car inside a jungle area. But police say they're unable to confirm if the video is in fact linked to the death investigation. Staying from the crime scene, 36-year-old Vandrick Francis Gumabon was charged with criminal sexual conduct as a first-degree felony, attempted first-degree criminal sexual conduct, and 4 counts of second-degree criminal sexual conduct. On September the 27th, police responded to a woman who said a 14-year-old girl she knew alleged that she was being sexually assaulted. The child court documents said when she was about 6 or 7 years old, Gumabon, also known to her, sexually assaulted her. When police interviewed Gumabon, allegedly he admitted he had the girl perform sexual acts when she was 8 or 9 years old. Trial has started for retired GPD officer accused of multiple criminal incidents reported when he was still on the force. 56-year-old Jojo Garcia in Superior Court Judge Maria Senzon's courtroom Thursday did stand accused of threatening 4 victims, including 3 GPD officers. The alleged incidents occurred between November of last year and this past January. Last December, the police lieutenant, who his attorney said retired as a police captain, was caught on mobile phone video arguing with a group in a Dedido neighborhood while holding a rifle. Prosecutor Dennis Lee and defense attorney Pete Santos presented opening statements to the jury.
Even though there is one defendant here, what you decide will tells the rest of the people in your community, in our community, where that line is and what is okay and what is not okay. What's excusable and what's not excusable.
Certain people dislike retired Captain Garcia. And we really shouldn't be here. And I believe that after all is said and done, you're going to find that nothing that occurred ever rose to the level of criminality.
Garcia is charged with 3 counts each of terrorizing and reckless conduct and official misconduct. Trial continues today. Well, twice acquitted of sexual assault, former police officer at the Port Authority of Guam and spiritual healer Ko San Nicolas is getting his job back down at the Port Authority. San Nicolas also is getting more than $156,000 in back pay, the amount he would have been paid for the port had they never fired him. He will also get about $40,000 in legal fees from the CSC's appeal. The appeal has since been withdrawn since reaching a settlement, with Port General Manager Roy Respicio telling the board yesterday San Nicolas was not wrongfully terminated, as his firing was a result of the magistrate's complaint and the court order that he could no longer carry a gun and that he was placed on house arrest. Respicio also said that St. Nicholas's return will be as if he never left. Well, Hurricane Ian is now a hurricane again after being upgraded in the last Weather Service advisory. The president addressed the ongoing federal response to the storm during a visit to FEMA today. And while long-term planning for Florida's recovery is underway, both the president and FEMA's administrator warned that the storm remains a danger, with predictions say it will hit other states tomorrow.
They're doing a hell of a job.
President Biden personally thanked workers at FEMA after he received a briefing on Hurricane Ian.
My message to the people of Florida and to the country is, at times like this, America comes together.
The president again discussed the federal response in a call with Florida's Republican Governor Ron DeSantis Thursday morning. The two ideological rivals have, for now, put politics aside.
He thanked me for the immediate response we had. He told me how much he appreciated it, said he was extremely happy with what was going on. This is not about whether anything having to do with our disagreements politically. This is about saving people's lives, homes, and businesses.
President Biden says he's already approved federal disaster funds for at least 9 Florida counties, and the White House says more areas could be added as officials evaluate the damage. FEMA Administrator Deanne Criswell is expected to travel to the Sunshine State Friday to check on response efforts.
FEMA and our partners across the federal, state, and local levels remain ready and prepared to help these communities in their greatest time of need.
President Biden says he also plans to go to Florida to thank rescue workers in person when conditions allow.
The Senate stands ready to help Floridians with whatever they need to stay safe and rebuild their communities.
Our thoughts and prayers are with everybody in Florida.
On Capitol Hill, lawmakers also pledged to do everything in their power to assist those affected. Deborah Alfarone reporting for KUAM News.
All right, we're going to give you a food recipe in just a moment, but I want to send a special Hafide shout out to 2 people watching right now on Facebook who've added their shout outs in the comments. So please do the same if you would. Jeffrey Fran says he is from Seattle. Hello, Jeffrey. Shout out to you. And Hafide, we're sending some of our island sunshine out to you. I stayed in Seattle for a little bit myself, right on Broadway, right on the Ave. Some of my best memories. Good place. And Joseph A. Castro is joining us and says Hafide from College Station, Texas. Good football being played over there. So Giga Maggies. All right, so Joseph and Jeffrey, thank you guys for the shout outs. All right, now to food. It's time for Feed Me Friday, so our victorious Falan is going to whip up a yummy milkshake using Devondale milk and caramel.
Ooh. It's Feed Me Fridays on KUAM News Hotspot, brought to you by Devondale, real milk from free grazing cows.
Hafide, guys, we're back. Feed Me Fridays, another addition to our milkshake series. We're making the caramel milkshake today, and of course, we're using Devondale. Thank you very much to our friends over at Devondale for being with us with this amazing Feed Me Friday journey. And of course, we got Smuckers. This is their Sunday syrup, and it's caramel. Caramel! Oh yeah. And then of course in here, and you could use anything, any flavor ice cream. I prefer vanilla, so that way you can top it up with different types of flavors. And I think for me, vanilla is just that one flavor that just works with anything, especially when it comes to syrup. And like in this case, it's the caramel syrup. So we're gonna do that. And then of course we got our Magic Bullet mix blender here. I'm ready. So let's go. Let's put in some Devondale. The famous Nettie C and Saipan said, make it how you want it. If you wanna put a little bit more, it's how you want it, okay? All right, here we go. Moment of truth. And like I said, it's up to you, Nate. Make it how you want it. Oh yeah, put this in. Okay, here we go. It's blender time. It's blender time. Okay, all right. Ready? And, woo, yeah. Blend it. Ooh, okay. Yeah, look at that. Oh, I'm ready. Oh boy. Oh my God. I can't wait. All right, you guys ready? Because I am ready to try. Look at that bad boy. All right, I'm gonna chew. Like you can taste the ice cream, and then that hint of caramel that's right there. Ooh. And then Devondale, bro, so good. So this was a caramel milkshake. You guys can make it at home. All you gotta do is grab some Devondale, grab some Schmuckers and some caramel syrup, some ice cream, and boom, you got yourself your caramel milkshake. That pretty much does it here for Feed Me Fridays. Back to you, Jace. Peace.
It's Feed Me Fridays on KUAM News Hotspot, brought to you by Devondale, real milk from free grazing cows.
Well, it's that time of the week where we read what you thought about some of the many island issues, and it's this time for our weekly question. Of course, we asked if you think enough is being done to address the rather deteriorating, and that's putting it lightly, school facilities. Obviously, this is more on the public sector side. So let's go to our comments right now. We start on Instagram. Remember, you can comment on any of our topics by following us at KUM News. Raymond on IG says, how could it be over when people are still dying and COVID still spreading, although in lesser cases? A new deadly variant could be in the making, and we just don't know. Over on Facebook, Jose says it's over now, talking about whether the pandemic is in fact over. And we need this governor to direct all establishments to remove signs and mask requirements. Also on Facebook, Tony says yes, the pandemic is in fact over, as the president did assert earlier this week. Last week, I should say. On Facebook, Jesse says, I believe the people of Guam still put on their mask and always sanitize their hands at all times. That is very, very true. You still see that all over the island. People here respect each other. We have a lot of love. Inafamalik, man, for life. On Instagram, back on Instagram, Evie says, maybe it's not over, but just something a lot of us have swept under the carpet and really don't notice anymore. That's a very fair point. So, we want to know what you think about this. These are just some of the many comments that we have had on Weekly Question. We'll have a new topic for your consideration on Monday, so make sure to look out for that. All right, now, of course, we would be remiss if we neglected to mention all of the football action we have. It's happening Sunday, Saturday, and Monday on KUAM TV. So, here is what we have going on. All right, double header for you, all right? SEC football is, of course, coming up, but first, it is Navy and Air Force. So, the midshipmen are traveling all the way to Colorado Springs, and they will face the Falcons of Air Force. So 2 service academies going at it. That is going to be at 2 a.m. on Sunday. Also, 5:30 a.m. This is the one you want to check out. Alabama. The Crimson Tide head out to Fayetteville. They will take on the Razorbacks, of course, of the University of Arkansas. That's former KUM intern, Kate. That's her school. She's at Arkansas. I wonder who she'll be cheering for. All right. Then on Monday, live at 3 in the morning, the Buffalo Bills, a little bit of a slide there with presumptive MVP candidate Josh Allen, but they will be heading down to the Ravens. Very, very tough place to play at the bank, as they call it. They will face former MVP Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens. Make sure to check that out. That's at 3 a.m. Also, we got more games coming up. Big AFC-NFC matchup because it's 6:25 in the morning over on KUM TV 11. The New England Patriots, they're going to be without Mac Jones because he's got that high ankle sprain. He could possibly be out for maybe a month and a half or so. And the guy they don't want to face is Aaron Rodgers when he has good receivers, when he's got his arm, when he's healthy, and when he's got a lot of attitude. He's also got a pretty good head of hair, Aaron Rodgers does. So make sure to check out Pats and the Pack. That is going to be 6:25 in the morning. And then Sunday Night Football coming at you. This one's good. You have got 2 former MVPs. So of course, Patrick Mahomes won once. Tom Brady's won 5 times. Chiefs and the Bucks. That is going to happen 10:15 in the morning. That is going to be on KUM TV 8 and on Peacock. That is going to happen just after 10 a.m. So, stream it while you're at work. Check it out. That's going to be really, really good. All right, please stay tuned. There is more Hotspot coming up after this.
Dance party.
Let's go.
When inspiration strikes, say yes with the new Priority Unlimited credit card from First Hawaiian Bank. Wherever you shop, whatever you're shopping for, you can earn 2% cash back on everything you buy. From small stuff to big stuff to stuff you want. A card that rewards you for every purchase and helps you stay connected to everything that matters.
Off today, I'm Kelina from Doc's Kitty College.
And I'm Kristen from Doc's Daycare and Preschool.
And we are so honored to be caring for the children of Guam. The governor's child care programs help businesses like ours to really focus on the kids. These programs also help nonprofits and after-school programs and grandparents and so many families.
Visit www.guamchildcare.com to learn more about the governor's child care programs. This ad is paid for with funds administered by DPHSS.
Pacific Points is more rewarding with friends. From now until December 31st, get 300 bonus points for every friend you refer that signs up and earns points. Both you and your friends will enjoy awesome rewards like free Shell fuel, rebates on your IT&E bills, vouchers at Foodies, and United Mileage Plus miles. Plus, earn more points to upgrade your membership tier and enjoy even more exclusive rewards. Learn more at PacificPoints.com or download the app. Pacific Points. Do more, get more.
What would Setlu do to protect Island Dono, also known as Coco's Island? Dono hosts many native animals that are no longer found in Guam. The koku, sali, slevin skink, and many other animals live among the native plants in Dono. Brown tree snakes, rodents, little fire ants, and pets can harm native wildlife. How can we keep these few remaining native animals safe on Dono? Inspect to protect. For departing for Dono, inspect boats and cargo for pests and signs of pests. Animal hairs, animal droppings, chewed wires, snake sheds. Use onboard bait stations, close entrances. Look for holes, pathways, and hiding places for pests to enter and hide in your vessel. Keep your vessel clean. Don't leave food out overnight. The Guam Department of Agriculture Division of Aquatic and Wildlife Resources urges everyone to join in the effort to Protehi Islandano contra y Calepla. Challenge the snake.
Watch Mariana's artists, activists, and visionaries and their quest to protect, preserve, and promote our Chamorro culture on The Culture Club, a weekly feature on KUAM News digital platforms and the KUAM News Weekend Edition, brought to you by Tropicool Ice.
The Culture Club, winner of the 2022 Regional Edward R. Murrow Award for Excellence in Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion.
It's news in our native language on the KUAM News Chamorro News Updates, streaming online on Isla Radio and on the KUAM News YouTube channel. It's part of our ongoing commitment to sustain and perpetuate our language and culture across generations. Chamorro News Updates are brought to you by your familia at First Hawaiian Bank.
All right, welcome back everybody to the show. Tonight, the place to be if you are a lover of fermented grapes. Are you into wine? Well, you want to head out to the Hyatt Regency Guam for Wine Fest. First of all, Tumon Bay is beautiful this time of year, so go check it out. Wine Fest is happening, and joining me live now from Tumon with what you can expect from this evening is our very own Nick Delgado. I know Nick knows a thing or two about wine, so let's go now to Nick, and we will figure out what's going on with there. He's got another KUM alumni, the very lovely Kimmy.
Hey Jace, yeah, we're ready to get our fill and feed on here at the Hyatt Regency in Tumon for Island Fest this 2022, back after years of being out of commission because of the pandemic and other, of course, reasons. But joining us to tell us more about what people can expect here tonight is Kim Gogui with Island Beverage. She's the marketing director. Kimmy, wow, incredible setup here today. You can already feel like I'm here under the Tuscan sun and in the vineyards, taking it all in.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, we're so excited to bring Wine Fest back. It's been the third year since we've had it. We dusted off our blueprint and we're like, okay, we got to do it. And it's great because working with Hyatt, you know, they bring the food element and then we, of course, bring the wine element. And we're so excited to debut Robert Mondavi at Wine Fest. It's such a beautiful wine that this is the first time it's at Wine Fest. We're just excited. Like, this is my favorite event.
Yeah, what was the planning, all that planning that I guess you guys had put off for the past 3 years? What went into it this time around to make sure that this event was what we're going to see tonight?
Well, Wine Fest has been a success since inception. So really, we just went back to our old plan and we just kind of revived it a bit. And, you know, we are offering new wines this year, so that's what we're excited about.
Yeah, and the experience, I'm just getting a sense like you're taking us on a traveling experience across the globe with all that you guys have to offer with these wines. And then there's also some food as well.
Yes, so You know, Hyatt does great with the food. With the wines, we do have a lot of USA wines, mostly California, but we also have wines from Chile, Australia, and Italy. And then for the sweet wine lovers, we have a Moscato booth. For the sparkling wine lovers, we have a sparkling wine booth. It's really any type of wine drinker, or whatever type of wine drinker you are, we got a wine for you.
I gotta say, and if you're talking and you're asking what is my favorite one, my palate is set on a cab. I'm a dark. Gotta have that little bite.
Right, that tanniny, yes.
Yeah.
Me too.
That's your saying?
I'm with you on
Oh,
that.
give me some cheers for that. I wish we
had
had a glass right now.
Me too. I'm ready for this to start.
Yeah, and so right now you guys we're still getting set up here this morning, just hours away from this big event here, Wine Fest. You don't want to miss it here at the Hyatt Regency Grand Ballroom. But what are some of the other things that went into making sure that this event is the success that we're expected to see tonight?
You know, really, the wine and the food does the heavy lifting. And then, of course, our awesome sales team at Island Beverage, they have the wine knowledge to kind of educate you, tell you what you're drinking, what you like about it, what the flavor profile is. Because a lot of times people come into Wine Fest thinking they like a particular type of wine, and they leave Wine Fest knowing that that's not necessarily true. So if you're a cab person, maybe you can try a Shiraz, like an Australian Shiraz. That's the next step up with that dryness. If you're a Moscato person, maybe you can start with a Riesling. Like that's the next step up. A little less sweet, but still has that little sweetness to it. So it's really an occasion for you to just open up your wine palette. And then, of course, the food pairing is amazing.
Music to my ears, especially while we're winding down from the end of a long and busy week. Many of you want to take advantage of doing this.
So tickets are still available. Unfortunately, the platinum side is sold out, but tickets are available at the Hyatt Deli. It's $99. Everything is inclusive. You get your glass, and there's many stations that you can just get a sample of wine, move on, or even just stick with that wine.
Yeah, and just with some of the bottles that you were sharing here, Kimmy, I feel like we're going to get that experience to go around the globe and just see what the different countries have to offer in terms of the vino.
Exactly. Like a lot of times, I mean, real wine nuts, for lack of a better word, the soil is what contributes to the flavor of the wine and stuff like that. So you can really taste the difference between a California, a Washington State wine, a Chilean wine, an Australian wine. Like my favorite Australian wine is a Shiraz. My favorite California wine is a Cab. My favorite Italian wine is a Prosecco. So it's really like you get to try every single type of wine you can imagine and go with what you love best.
I know I'm going to do that the best I can and chase it with whatever cheese and other pairings that they might have as well.
Yes. I mean, I think they have just more than cheese. I think there's a slider station. I mean, you know, Chef Miracle at the Hyatt, he has an awesome team, and he just always wows me whenever we do Wine Fest.
Kimmy, thank you so much for having us and giving us a sneak peek of what people can expect at this year's Wine Fest. Back in action here at the Hyatt Regency. Anything else that people should know, the time and what else they'll need to know before coming out?
Sure. So doors open at 6:30. Tickets are still available at the Hyatt Deli. I would try to come here at 5:30. If you haven't purchased your tickets yet, call the Hyatt up, see if they can hold tickets for you, whatever. But this is the most sought after wine event on Guam.
All right. Well, we'll see you here tonight. Thank you so much again, Kimmy with Island Beverage. She's the marketing director, and you don't want to miss the event here tonight. We'll bring you more, of course, on KUAM. For now, we'll send it back to you, Jace. Ciao.
All right, thanks, Nick. Once again, for tickets, you can visit the deli at the Hyatt in Tumon or go to tpiguam.com. All right, real quick before we get into our break, I know you've been waiting to see who won the movie passes this week. The time is now upon us. So we have 3 lucky winners of movie passes, courtesy of our friends at Tango Theaters, of course. We, of course, asked you who the star of the film Don't Worry Darling is, who also has a career as a pop music superstar. This week's winners are from Instagram at gumatauTau.victoria, at Onadera_Kobe, hey, another former KUM employee. You know, he doesn't work here anymore, so he's totally available to win, and we know Kobe's a good guy. He's going to gift it to somebody. That's just the kind of awesome guy he is. And Amara J. Santos, all 3 of them on Instagram. All 3 of them winners, all 3 of them going to the movies, courtesy of Tango Theaters. So make sure to check that out. We've DM'd you already so that you can know how to redeem your prize. All right, please stay tuned, because coming up next, Nestor Canto takes the desk and he has the hub. We are talking politics when the Hotspot continues.
Get up-to-the-minute news, plus access to alerts, streaming radio, promotions, and more on your mobile device by downloading the KUAM News mobile app, available at the App Store now.
There's epic, then there's ultra epic. Capture life in vivid resolution with Galaxy's most advanced camera system and the built-in S Pen that puts you in control. Every moment, every angle, from sunrise to sundown and beyond. More striking, more stunning than ever. Find the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra at your nearest iTunes store or online at ite.net and change the way you work and play.
As the Decision 2022 race shapes up, keep it with KUAM News for all the news you need to know as you head to the polls. From weekly candidate profile analysis on the Hub on KUAM News HotSpot to our online candidate directory on KUAM.com, special features on KUAM Digital and KUAM News Primetime, plus live coverage of forums and debates. We're your one-stop source on every platform. Stay informed with KUAM News, your news leader, the voice of the Marianas.
Off today, I'm Kelina from Doc's Kitty College.
And I'm Kristen from Doc's Daycare and Preschool.
And we are so honored to be caring for the children of Guam. The governor's child care programs help businesses like ours to really focus on the kids. These programs also help nonprofits and after-school programs and grandparents and so many families.
Visit www.guamchildcare.com to learn more about the governor's child care programs. This ad is paid for with funds administered by DPHSS.
Dance party.
Let's go.
When inspiration strikes, say yes with the new Priority Unlimited credit card from First Hawaiian Bank. Wherever you shop, whatever you're shopping for, you can earn 2% cash back on everything you buy. From small stuff to big stuff to stuff you want. A card that rewards you for every purchase and helps you stay connected to everything that matters.
Pacific Points is more rewarding with friends. From now until December 31st, get 300 bonus points for every friend you refer that signs up and earns points. Both you and your friends will enjoy awesome rewards like free Shell fuel, rebates on your IT&E bills, vouchers at Foodies, and United Mileage Plus miles. Plus, earn more points to upgrade your membership tier and enjoy even more exclusive rewards. Learn more at PacificPoints.com or download the app. Pacific Points. Do more, get more.
Stay on top of breaking news and the biggest stories of the day with NBC News Daily. Get in-depth reporting from across the country and around the world, tips to take care of your health and your wallet, and up-to-the-minute local news. NBC News Daily, weekdays on NBC.
This year, we're expanding our Decision 2022 platform to include comprehensive coverage of the election in the Northern Marianas. Stay with KUAM News for candidate conversations on Pacific matters, interviews with the gubernatorial teams, coverage of debates and forums, and live coverage on the general election night. We're your news leader, the voice of the Marianas.
Watch Mariana's artists, activists, and visionaries and their quest to protect, preserve, and promote Archimoto culture on The Culture Club, a weekly feature on KUAM News digital platform and the KUAM News Weekend Edition, brought to you by Tropical Ice.
The Culture Club, winner of the 2022 Regional Edward R. Murrow Award for Excellence in Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion.
It's news in our native language on the KUAM News Tomorrow News Updates, streaming online on Isla Radio and on the KUAM News YouTube channel. It's part of our ongoing commitment to sustain and perpetuate our language and culture across generations. Tomorrow News Updates are brought to you by your familia at First Hawaiian Bank.